Yo, what's going on, guys? Gonna be showing you the power of Nasus in the mid lane. It's actually incredibly powerful as long as you don't let yourself die pre-6, because once you're 6 you can solo really anything in the game. Your R gives you a bunch of extra health, armor, magic resist, AoE burn damage around you, plus half cooldown on your Q. For your runes, you can take Fleet, Triumph, Tenacity, Last Stand, Approach Velocity, Biscuits with attack speed 80 and a resistance. You can also go for Lethal Tempo. It's a really popular one against melee champions. It gives you a lot more scrappiness. But against ranged champs, usually Fleet is a little bit better than Lethal Tempo. With that being said, there's not many champions that can just straight up kind of push you down in terms of HP, because you have a lot of healing on Nasus from your passive and from our Fleet plus the D shield. If you really need to, you can also go second wind in your runes, but generally the biscuit healing and second wind healing is good enough. She's playing pretty aggressive, so we just need to give her some space. We'll hit this with our Fleet, heal off of it. I don't want to step up. She's level 2. If you lose a few minions early, that's fine. Your Q gets a very short cooldown per level, so it's perfectly fine to miss some CS. You'll be getting way more stacks per point you get into your Q, rather than stressing yourself out about like every single little minion you lose in the early game. We're going to go ahead and pop a biscuit since we're low HP. And try to keep getting our Fleet on these. We need to bait out her abilities when we can. Ranged champions love to try to poke you every time you go in for a minion. As you see, she's running out of mana. We haven't even used our potion yet. I'll attack into the Q reset. She's gonna have to, well, she's not gonna have to flash now, but that's honestly not bad though. Auto attack Q reset. She's trying to chase, but she's out of mana, so auto attack Q reset. She's gonna flash the wall, but I'm still on Ghost, so she dies. So I take Flash Ghost on Nasus. It gives you a lot of rundown potential. So she's been poking us non-stop. We have CS advantage, and now she's dead. It's pretty much how it works as long as you don't let yourself die. We got her with the Wither. We got to back off. It looks like Syndra TP'd back. Our wave's in a bit of a weird spot here. Kindred's out of red buff, so she's not going to be able to do much. Braum has lane prio. Our wave's in a pretty bad spot there. She could freeze it here if she wants to. First item rush, usually looking for Sheen. Makes it easier to last hit, and it also makes it much easier to poke the enemies when you get the opportunity. You really are playing for level 6, though. Just don't die. You also don't want to perma-shove wave with your E. That's not really viable anymore. They've nerfed his E AP scaling a lot to where playing Nasus AP like that kind of isn't that good. We may only have 15 Q farm, but that's alright. We only have 1 point in our Q. It's a 7.5 second cooldown. She's gonna crash the wave. Might have just messed up a few of the minions there. Feels bad. Shouldn't make too big of a difference though. Doing about 230 with the Sheen proc. If we stand near our minions and then just pull back, we can bait out her abilities because her autos don't do much damage. So basically we trade HP for her mana. Especially at the earlier ranks, champions can't get that much mana until she gets her, I forget what it's called, the Lost Chapter. It's the one that gives a bunch of mana per level up. So basically she's hitting us, but she can't kill us. So she's completely out of mana, and we're only missing a little bit of HP. This is what a lot of matchups end up being against ranged champs on Nasus, as long as you don't give up too much HP too early. Because it's mainly the early levels where that you can kind of get bullied down really hard. Level 1, level 2. As a melee champion in general, you want to keep your HP as close to full as possible before your level 3. She's kind of trying to shove it, but she's out of mana, so all we need to do is keep our HP high here. Our passive and fleet will help us a lot with that. We'll pop Biscuit. If you're below half health, half mana, it's a great time to Biscuit. Biscuits do more the lower you are. It's a good alternative to... See, now we're pushing her off the minions because she doesn't have mana. We could do a soft freeze here, honestly. I think she's going to reset, though, so we'll go ahead and shove. Try to make her miss some minions. Well, she's staying, then I'm not going to finish shoving this. She should have just reset. We're level 6, we can all-in her. Kindred's going to be on her red buff here in a second. We can look for the all-in with our ghost. Because remember, her flash is on cooldown. So I need to bait some mana out of her, pushing her off a minion. And then she dies. So Kindred's on her blue buff right now. She's not actually on her red. We just got vision off the Viego. We'll go in with our Wither. She's going to have to double ability us to get us off, just like you see there. Look how much damage she took. She's basically dead. We'll pop a Biscuit. Oh, wait. Brahm's here. What? I wasn't really expecting Braum, not gonna lie. That's going to turn out all right. That's the Nasus R diff. We were in a really bad spot, but Nasus R gives way too many stats. HP, armor, magic resist, AoE damage, and half Q cooldown. There's a million different things. You'd think he's a new champion. It does so much. Syndra needed the back. She's going to lose so much here. I think Viego just died. Holy crap. Auto attack Q reset. Imagine if we didn't get minion blocked like 3 times there. It's still worth though. We both get about 300 gold and she keeps losing more and more minions underneath her turret. So it's definitely worth. Just a little bit sad. After you have Sheen, you're usually looking for Lucidities. That way you can trade back harder with them. And you don't really need refill at this point in the game. Refill would be a waste of gold. Once you're level 6 and up, your options open up a lot more. With your Ghost Flash, whenever their flash is on cooldown and they're shoving up on you, you can look for the all-in, especially if you have R. While our R is on cooldown, we're not going to look for anything too crazy on her. Maybe just bait out some of her abilities. Get some Q last hits in. She's hitting us with autos. You see, she uses double ability, does barely any damage. We can force her to do certain things. We're so big. Especially if we can avoid letting her get free electrocute proc on us. Auto attack Q reset. Got her with another Q because we have tier 2 boots. We'll heal off the fleet. Nasus mid is actually super frustrating to play against if you've ever played versus a good one. It's so annoying because you can't poke him down. We didn't get our Q. We could have E'd first. I thought my Q would have killed without. Really not that close of a fight. And then we get to stay and shove with our R on, which is giving us the half Q cooldown. 50% shorter. Now we're at 132 CS. You see, it starts to ramp up quite quickly as you get more and more points. And then if you do get a kill, or if they reset, or you force them to back, you can get some turrets off of it. Wait, we actually didn't get that plate. What? I'll attack Q. Max Wither second, pretty much always. Emax second gives you a bit of damage. The Wither's better though for setting up kills. She doesn't seem too happy. She's not even hitting me now. Maybe she's just faking me out. I'll just flash it. I see the Kindreds here. I don't want them to possibly end up flashing and killing me, so she's just baiting me. Q only costs 20 mana, so even if you're low mana, you can pretty much always have room for it. If you are low mana in a fight, try not to use your E, just W and Qs. Your E costs heaps of mana because of when AP Nasus was viable. They just kept ramping up how much it costs to cast. So like per level, it goes up by 15. It goes all the way up to 130 per cast, which is more mana than most champions R's cost. It's kind of nuts. kind of nuts in the butts. They get Herald, not a big deal. I want this plate. Baited it out. I am gonna get this plate. Yes, we got it. Auto attack Q reset. We need to keep our autos on. Stay healthy. Whenever we sit in one spot, it's so easy to bait out her abilities, because if she gets too close to use the ability, then we can force an all-in on her with tier 2 boots and wither. She's getting so much like ganks, honestly. So many pass-through people. Her E's on cooldown. We could look for the all-in now. We have Ghost. Get rid of these melees. Oh, she's looking to roam. That is what it is. We pinged it out. They don't want to listen. My teammates are pretty healthy though, and Syndra's not very fed. So I don't know if she can do anything. Notice how I don't just ping my teammates, so that doesn't tell them where the person's coming from. You want to try to give them as clean and accurate information as possible. Don't just drop big fat red pings on their heads. They'll mute you. They'll get really annoyed because there's a chance they know something you don't. Like for example, there I didn't realize how healthy my teammates were at first glance, and that my teammates were fine with fighting her, and sure enough they turn it and they kill her. That's fine. Your job is to just give the most accurate, clean information, then it's up to your teammates to decide what they're going to do with it. Auto attack Q reset. Bada boom. It's pretty much one of Nasus's only mechanics is auto into Q reset. This champion's more about thought process than mechanics. We could R and Q down that turret. It's not worth it, Simi. If we were really far behind and we're having to do desperate stuff, that's what I do, but we don't need to. We could easily 1v2, 1v3 right now, especially with the Divine Sunder. After Divine, you look for a Gargoyle, especially on Nasus mid, because you end up in a lot more team fights and multi-target scraps. And if you're getting focused down by several people, you're not getting full value out of your R's. Armor, magic resist, AoE damage, and half cooldown reduction. So you need to be able to stay alive to enjoy that full 15-second duration. That's what Gargoyle allows you to do. We're already at 230 stacks. Not bad considering we're against a ranged matchup where we didn't get a whole lot early on. Now we can auto attack Q any of these minions really. And it'll kill them. Two of them mid, that's a mistake. Whoa, look at that damage. I'm just getting CC'd like crazy. Got it. Look at that healing though. They just can't kill me. 3 people focusing. Kindred was a full item as well. It's just not enough damage. Nasus R is overloaded. Most mid lane champs don't have the kind of output to kill. Wither into E. That should be GG's, honestly. If I were them, I'd FF15. If they do quit early, we'll go ahead and do a part 2. Nasus mid is seriously so much fun. Auto attack Q reset. Down he goes. You always have enough mana for a Q. +3 off of the turret. It's funny that turrets only give +3, but a big mini, big monster gives +12. I think it would be reversed on that. Go ahead and leave a ward on a broken turret. It's a great spot. People don't expect it, and it'll give you a lot of forward vision. We'll go ahead and look for our other null magic mantle. Syndra has... Oh, yeah, they quit. Okay, guys, I'll take you to part 2. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to part 2 of Nasus in the mid lane. This game, we're up against a ranged champion. We're up against an Annie, so we could have gone for fleet footwork. I feel comfortable enough in this matchup to run for a lethal tempo. Plus, their team is extremely magic damage heavy. So we opted for double magic resist. Warwick's mostly magic damage. Malphite, the Annie, Vex. Our only true AD champion is the Jinx. So we should be tanky enough as is. With that being said, we'll need to take a little bit less damage in the first couple of levels since we don't have fleet. So that's the main takeaway here. We still have the same setup: D shield, health potion. We're going to be rushing for Divine Sunderer. We're going to be getting our... Okay, so we're going to be rushing for Sheen into Lucid's Divine Sunderer, and then Gargoyle, because you have to have Gargoyle for multi-target fights to stay alive when you're getting focused down. It's not a bad idea to block your minions a little bit. Try to keep your wave from attacking. Do you see how now our wave's centered here instead of in the dead center? Helps stop you getting ganked. With that being said, an Ignite War is probably not going to be the best ganker into us. She's trying to get her CS right now. We can step up and get ours. We might miss... Well, actually, so she's only level 1. Annie's level 1's pretty low damage. We're chilling. She does have great base auto attack range. It's higher than most AD carries, but unless she starts D-Blade or something, it's not like her autos are doing that much damage. She needs to get off a full Electrocute auto Q auto. She needs to... I think her auto attack range might actually be more range than her Q, though. I'm not sure. If that's the case, she's going to have to step well within inside of her auto range to auto Q auto. We don't want to be eating free Electrocute since we don't have fleet, so we'll just sit back and chill. With how hard she's pushing this wave, she probably should have slowed down a little bit, because she's not level 3 really ready to roam off of this push. I'm going to hold on to my... Well, I'll get E, actually. I was thinking about holding on to Wither just in case Nunu gives us an early gank. Okay, we have Wither now. That's good. We got her with the Wither. Nunu should be able to track this down, or at least... we're going to have to flash that, or we'll die. I'm a little disappointed he missed his snowball. It's not the end of the world, though. We'll pop a biscuit and a potion since we're low. And we have to auto that cannon. We were going to miss it, otherwise Q wasn't going to be up in time with the cast. The travel time of Arcane, it was going to be a little bit off. Auto attack Q reset. This is really weird. Auto attack Q. I'm a little confused on what's going on there. At least Annie's low on mana, but not exactly optimal with how low we are. We need to get our health back up from our lifesteal on passive. Ideally bait her into hitting us with an ability since she's so low on mana like that. She shouldn't be doing that unless she's going to go in for the full Electrocute proc. These Nunu ganks are not the best, to be honest. They're kind of sloppy. He should just slow down, only gank off the scuttle. But he's not even getting close enough to snowball. That's why I didn't Wither. I play a lot of Nunu, so I know the way the snowball sounds when it's about to basically run out of distance, and that's exactly what it sounded like. Auto attack Q reset. We're gonna miss this cannon again with our Q. Fudge. We even missed it with our auto attack. She can just stand there and auto us, that's fine. Auto attack Q reset. We'll hit our biscuit. We need to get our health back up so Warwick doesn't speed off of us. This chick's going to be down so much CS. She's autoing us a lot. With that being said, she actually has like as much as us. So she's not down quite as much as I thought. Alright, we'll just back off. We already have the wave crashed. It's a fine time to reset. Melees will flood in on the backline minions and the wave will push back to us. First item rush, we'll get the Sheen and the boots. We'll pick up a single potion. We don't need to get oracles yet. I don't think we need to look for roams. I think we can 1v2 in the mid lane. If I hit 6 before Warwick hits 6, he comes mid. I'll kill them both. Nasus R is absurdly overpowered. You don't want to fight him while he's on it. So now she's overstaying since she's low mana. We had better wave management, so now she's going to be kind of forced to stay with no mana to where she can't do anything, or she'll have to reset and miss out on multiple waves of minions. It's kind of up to her. That being said, I need to slow this down so she's not able to truly dump it. That's going to be her best option for resetting at this point. So she hit 6 first. I'm tempted to use my E. I just don't need to. Your E drains your mana fast, so if you don't need to get like more than one minion, it's generally not worth it because you'll end up shoving the wave. Yeah, I'm gonna stop that back. I was trying to bait it out by stopping her back by just walking at her, but she wasn't gonna cancel it. We're gonna get a lot of CS off this, and we're also going to establish the wave farther back. You want to have maximum distance to chase someone when you go in for the kill. You need a lot of distance, and mid lane doesn't have that distance. So you may say, well, why not just play Nasus top? Because it's a double-edged sword. By having short lane, it's hard for them to kill you, but at the same time, it can be harder for you to kill them. There it is. Warwick's dead. This is exactly what I said would happen. He's dead. He can't fight this. We get the plus 12. Nasus on R is the strongest champ in the game. Better than Master Yi. Better than probably Olaf too. You just don't want to be fighting that. They fill right into my trap. I am kind of low. I think she does have R. We're better off resetting. We're also giving Warwick Blood Trail, letting him run across the map. Now is a great time to reset. Like I said, Fleet would have been fine this game. Ultimately, Fleet doesn't scale as well. It takes away from your overall damage output and carry potential. Having lethal tempo makes it much easier to 1v3, 1v4, 1v5. Lethal tempo is... You're going to take it 100% of the time against melee matchups. Because when you trade with them, you'll wither auto Q, and you get to walk with them easier. It's only in range of matchups where you'll take Fleet sometimes. Aw, dang, I missed that one. Dang, that E actually messed everything up. We could all in her here. Auto attack Q reset into the E. Well, maybe that wasn't the best idea. She actually chunks. We don't have our R. If we had an R, that would have been so free. I could actually stick around because our R's on a cooldown. We can heal off these to some degree. She'll 100% die too once I wither R. We got the Tibbs. Thank you very much, Annie. And look at that healing. She's dead. She just killed herself. Yep. That's how it goes sometimes. We have the tier 2 boots advantage. We walk her down. That's why you have to go for Lucids after the Sheen. The only way you beat Nasus mid is by just roaming. That's one way to try to do it. It's not guaranteed though, because if your roams aren't entirely successful, like 100%, it's hard to build up enough momentum for it to actually do anything meaningful. He's not an easy champion to beat in a solo queue environment. Very challenging. You kind of need a team play, highly coordinated environment to beat him. That being said, I'm about to die. Yeah, I didn't have the mana. If I had Wither, I don't know if Nunu can actually kill that. Maybe if he lands his snowball. Yeah, he's gonna give Annie a kill. Okay, good phase rush. We get the call fields into Ruby. We're not gonna waste any gold on control words. On Nasus, you're the type of champion, once you hit 6, you want the jungler to come, and it doesn't matter if they come as long as you have R. We'll go ahead and pick up blue ward to check for dragons and barons. I'm not going to buy a control word though. We need to get as much gold as possible. Divine Sunder is a huge power spike. These new ganks are not what we need. Oh man. They got a lot of plates out of it. Auto attack Q reset. Auto Q reset. And we can do that to every single minion now. There's no rush to shove the wave. Our ghost is up, our R is up. Oh, I guess to maybe to get plates, but we still have time to get these. She's trying to chunk me here. I'll leave blue. If there's a side you need to ward as a mid laner, you generally want to ward the bot side, because if you get roamed on by 2 people, that's a lot more dangerous than just the enemy top laner roaming on you. It's like 4 summoners versus 2, 6 abilities, 8 abilities versus 4 if they're level 6 and up. Now we shove the wave. She can either choose to kill the minions or to hurt us while our minions die. So she's kind of choosing to mainly farm because she doesn't want to miss too much CS, which I think is the right move because you can't poke Nasus down at this stage. Once he has the Sheen, he has enough life still to where look how much mana she's missing and look how much HP we're missing. She's losing mana at a much faster rate than we're losing HP. And that is why this can be so effective. Her lost chapter did just kick in though. We're chilling. If we can, I'll try to pull the wave back, give us space to all in her. Oh, I'm dead. Yeah, I'm dead. I goofed up. They have enough CC with 3.8. I can't fight that. I just can't move. Merc Treads wouldn't have been a terrible choice. It'd help me a lot against anti-stun Warwick Fear. It wouldn't help me against the Warwick R though. Warwick R is a suppression. Gargoyle would make a big difference when they go to burst, but you don't want to rush that first item. Best thing I could have done was just react sooner. I reacted really, really late to the Warwick. Just ghost away. It's a lot of damage. It's not easy to be able to kill Nasus on his R. Warwick and Annie have that type of damage at this point. They're both level 6. At least neither one of them has R. It looks like our team is going to clean up here. Warwick's trying to turn. It's just too much damage. If we had R, I'd probably pop it at this point. Try to get this turret. We still might be able to pre-14 minute mark. And he has a long respawn time. We have the Divine Sunder. I'm gonna block off these minions. I want my minions to focus the turret. Yeah, we actually get this. I'll look like I'm not gonna go for it. Now she's gonna die. Yeah, we get her flash and her turret. We've been soaking a lot of ganks too. And we're still able to get turret first. Warwick just used his W on me. I really wish Alistar would have just kept tanking there. That is unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but at the same time, it doesn't matter that much. We did what we needed to do. Our teammates are getting things elsewhere on the map while the enemy team is over converging. And once we have Gargoyle, that's all we need. Annie no R. Nunu could probably solo her. Like, Tibbers is still alive, but the cast of Tibbers does a lot of damage on impact. That's where most of the damage comes from. Once Annie has double max health burn items, and sure, there is a lot of damage after he's out, but it's too early in the game for her to have that type of stuff. Vex DC, I guess. Tabbed out. Down goes Annie. Feels bad. At this point, we should go on a split push. We shouldn't be staying mid. I wish this guy would just get out of my lane, though. It's soaking a lot of the XP. Nasus isn't the type of champion who generally wants teammates in his lane, unless it's a gank. I'm behind these guys. Warwick did a Titanic rush. They're gonna kill Jinx. I mean, they're gonna kill my Tristan. Jinx gonna be moving 1,000,000 miles an hour. They don't really realize I'm here yet, though. We're gonna get the ghost extensions, and we're gonna get double plus 12s. Auto attack Q reset. Warwick's dead. We are on full stack lethal tempo. We're also on ghost extensions. Auto attack Q reset. Auto attack Q reset. Oh, I hit a minion. I don't know how many times I queued a minion there, but it was exciting. He even had Ignite, the power of lethal tempo, and Nasus R's can't be overstated. He's similar to Darius in that way. Level 6 Darius can put out a lot of 1v3s. Those type of situations with Ghost Flash. The difference is Nasus doesn't have to be fed. All he has to do is have a decent amount of Q stacks. Darius kind of needs gold. Now we get to sit here on the split. We'll only use our Q. He uses too much mana. Walk away from that. I'm gonna go take our jungler's blue buff. He's doing okay comparatively to their team, but I could do a lot more with it than he could. I also want to stay on the map. If we were behind, I wouldn't do this, but he's on the other side of the map. We might as well get this on cooldown, and we are ahead, so we can do a lot with this. Oh, she's not going to give me the wither. What a turd. +3, +3, +3. 6 minions times 3. That's 18 stacks. It's equivalent of a cannon plus 2 minions. Wait. Yeah, I guess a cannon basically plus 1 minion. So cannon's 12. Got it. Could always pop R, Q down the turret. It's not necessary here. She flashes, I'll flash. Goodbye, Jinx. It's just like, what is she gonna do? I can sit there, take 5 turret shots, not even hit her. It's absurd. Now we're on a full power spike sitting on a split. Give me the +3 for the turret. Bada boom, +3. +3 off of all of these, +12 off the cannon. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. This Vex is chonking, dude. Watch out. Gotta be real careful now. 1,000. Holy smokes. That is with the Divine Sunder, but still. I'd imagine they'd want to FF, or at least Jinx would after what just happened to her. Maybe not. My R is about to be up, and our Ghost is up. R plus Ghost is kind of insane. We need more space. We need to pull these guys out. We need space to kill. Team's on Dragon. We could reset. I'd prefer to fight since our Ghost is up. Don't have enough vision on the map though. Okay, now we do. Jinx is mid, Malphite top. They can't 3v1 me. We need a minimum amount of knowledge of where the champs are. Even if 3 were floating here, it's irrelevant. I'll just let her keep hitting me. It doesn't do anything. Take it, Vex. Take the R. We did burn our... Oh, Warwick's here. I gotta go. Oh, God. I don't want to die like this. Especially without R, I'm actually kind of killable. I'm sitting on 4k gold. He decides not to chase. I don't blame him. Not worth what we used there. That being said, it's not a completely one-sided trade because our team is getting pressure elsewhere on the map. We could go with Themas. I'm feeling the Frozen Heart. Or actually... I'm actually thinking about this instead. Whenever you're going to play Nasus split push mode, priority items are mobility items like Force of Nature, Dead Man's, Youmuu's. That way, when they collapse, they completely waste their time. They can't chase you. So that's what we're going to end up doing here. There's no need for us to rush down more teamfight items. I think that's a little misleading as well, because Deadman's and Force of Nature are great teamfight items. They'll give us quite a bit more value in a escape style situation. Plus 12, plus 12, plus 12. Plus 12 off big monsters, big minions, and champs. If the enemy team had actual pressure on turrets, I would be hard shoving this right now, but they don't, so I'll just queue every last one of them. They're so far away. I'll start shoving it though. There's enough of them on that side of the map. I don't want them to stay up there and get multiple turrets. If they get just an outer, it's kind of whatever. I don't want them to get another one though. So I'll force at least one of them to back here. I'm not going to use E. It looks like they're starting to back off. We don't want to waste our mana. Should get this one as well. Ah, it feels bad. It's usually better to go around this way so the turret doesn't see you. Warwick's going to be going for his red buff. We could wait for him. Or we could just take it. We have a blast cone to escape to here. I'll be taking that. Are you serious? Oh, Malphite came with me? That's kind of funny. Oh, hey, Vex. I wouldn't have done that, though. There's, like, way too many people over here. I probably should have just stayed and fought on my R, though. We're about to get 1v5'd. We just need to build some space. Get out of my face, Tibbers. We get the ghost extensions, drop the E auto attack Q reset. And that is Nasus jungle, boys. Or I should say Nasus mid lane. I've been playing Nasus jungle lately too. So yeah, that's Nasus mid lane for you. Once you're on your power spikes. We don't really need to back off here. We still have our gargoyle. We didn't even need to use it there. Their damage output isn't high enough to really force us off of anything. We'll go ahead, pick up our Force of Nature. Look for Deadman's. So that we'll get that. Just trying to max out our mobility. If you want a team fight Frozen Heart's a little bit better. It's a very cheap and expensive item to buy. Sterix is pretty solid too. Since I'm playing the split push, I'm down to get mobility. We're moving at 430, way faster than pretty much everybody else. As long as they're not on a current like speed up, which I think Jinx was, and Annie was there. Most champions with tier 2 boots are moving around 380. Yeah, I'm taking over top lane now. Looks like it is a dragon fight. I should group for that. We don't want to give that up. I'll attack Q reset. We gotta pull this over. Hopefully our team doesn't die before we get there. This is exactly what happened. They died before we got there. Even if I... oh, that was Soul. I should have skipped red buff, but even then I wouldn't have been there in time, unfortunately. They're all gonna come mid now. I need to get this wave dumped so they can't like do anything with it. Now they don't have a minion wave. We'll just go top for that minion wave. We'll leave ourselves with a ward right there. I assume they're gonna go for Baron. There's a high chance of it. They should be missing a lot of R's. I assume Warwick R, no Malphite R. Okay, they decide not to go for it, probably because their R's are on cooldown. That's fine. We'll get to 1k stacks before even a Nasus jungle. Generally, Nasus jungle, if you're doing really, really well, you can hit 1k stacks 27, 28 minute mark. I think we'll be hitting it even before that, possibly here, as long as we don't die. Quite nice. Nice shutdown from the Nunu. He went for the Force of Nature. These guys are very AP heavy. Yeah, actually, I don't know if we will. We'll definitely hit it pre-30. I don't think we'll hit it pre-27. We don't have enough time. We just let 6 stacks get past us too. $1,400. Holy crap. We're at 882. Need a couple more waves. All right, you guys wanted boogie? Let's do it. Hit me, boys! Woo! Gonna turn on the ghost for the extensions. Turn on to the Annie because she's not underneath turret. We get more extensions. And I'm coming for you, Jinx. Taking you downtown. Let's go. Woo! Go! Alright, I'll unmute all. Oh, it's so stupid. Oh, man. Alright, we'll still hit it 1,000 stacks here pretty soon. That's funny. That should be GG's. They might still have a little bit of fight left in them. Yeah, it's over. They're toasted and roasted. That was too demoralizing for them. And that is it. We'll take a look at damage dealt and taken. Should be interesting. Looking at damage dealt to enemy champions, we did have the most in the game by a decent amount. For damage taken, we took the most in the game by a solid amount. Self-mitigated the most by a lot as well. And yeah, Nasus is kind of cracked. You can consistently do and take the most damage as long as you're not dying pre-6 and if the game lasts more than 20 minutes. Champ's kind of cracked. They should nerf his base health regeneration. I think would help out a lot. He's not healthy for the game at all. I think champions like Nasus, Veigar, Vladimir are inherently terrible for the game because their early game isn't really that bad comparatively to other champs to justify how overwhelming and disgusting, honestly, their level 6 power spike and up can be. With that being said, if you guys enjoyed this Nasus mid lane gameplay commentary guide, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is 𝐒𝐋𝐒. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.